Yeah, boys.
Doing the running man over here.
Oh.
Doing the running man.
Oh.
Can't stop, won't stop, baby.
It's like a very slow running man, like a 5.45 40 running man, but still doing it. What do you guys think of that? You like it?
I think it's power.
I'm working up a
power in it.
Yeah, I got a good 10-yard shuttle. Crack 'em if you
Crack
got 'em.
if you
got 'em. On this fine Wednesday.
You can't crack anything on the show unless it's sponsored by Drip.
Oh, get it in ya.
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
Hard seltzer.
hang on.
What flavor do you got over there?
Dark cherry.
Ooh.
Let me get my pink lemonade from Drip.
Oh, pink
crack
lemonade.
Oh, it is squirty today, baby.
If you had to guess what flavor AJ was picking, I would have just guessed pink lemonade.
Yeah. What
Hey.
flavor is AJ's
Hell
Drip
yeah.
flavor?
Pink lemonade.
Hey, look,
Only 89 calories.
I'm going to
guys.
just say this. I like all the flavors, to be honest. Pink lemonade, I stay away from like the strawberries, the kiwis, the pink lemonades, let's say, from other drinks, because first of all, it's just a little too girly for me, and I'm a man. I'm a huge, muscular man.
Yep.
But also, it's usually like, even though there's no sugar, it's a little too sweet tasting. It fakes me out, fakes my mouth out. This one, I don't mind at all, this pink lemonade. It's nice and
Juicy.
yeah, it's just like
It's nice and drippy.
you can taste the pink lemonade flavor, like from those what's it called, Whitney's.
Oh, yeah, Pink Whitney.
Pink Whitney. You can
Never
taste,
had that before.
but it's like not like a sugar. It doesn't feel like you're getting hit with that sugar, baby.
Like I said,
Sugar.
only 89 calories in that.
Hell yeah.
There. Hey, we're a half hour later than usual, fellas.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Traffic, right?
Traffic, am I right?
I wasn't telling the boys that I was going to do a fucking run-in because I never get to do a run-in. AJ got the Millennium Falcon up and running. Anth was a little bit late, so they delayed the show. And then I'm like, well, now I'm just going to be there at the start of the show.
Yeah. Very start. I was just settling into your spot.
Yeah.
I put my drinks down, was rubbing my ass into your seat, and then I heard you.
that's not all I was rubbing.
At least you weren't sitting there just belching into it like when AJ sits on my mic and he just fucking eats his pepperoni belches.
Hey, I blame your wife for making that delicious
Dip?
queso dip.
Queso
I
dip.
can't help it.
I
That
know.
shit is good. That shit is good. Queso. Oh, can we get some queso dip on draft night?
Yeah,
Oh.
done. Hey, done
Are
and
we
dusted.
doing so? Okay.
Yeah, let's talk draft.
Well, I will talk draft, but a little side quest before draft, anyways. Last year we did the viewing of draft day
Mm-hmm.
the night before the draft.
Yep.
Are we continuing that?
Tradition.
Not draft day necessarily, but are we doing a?
Why wouldn't we watch draft day?
Because we watched it last time.
Okay, so
I'm thinking, do we do like an any or not like an any given Sunday, or do
I'd
we
like
do like a
replacements? Is kind of fun.
But
Okay.
what haven't you seen?
I haven't seen any given Sunday. I haven't seen.
the fucking. Why can't I think of it? Remember the
Remember
the
Titans have not seen that.
Do
so.
we do a viewing of that the night of the draft?
Well, so my thought is the draft day viewing could just be an annual thing for us to do. But I agree, we've already done it, so possibly, and it's not a full-on football movie, but it does have draft in it. Jerry Maguire.
Oh, Jerry Maguire would be good.
That'd be good.
What about
It's
the
been a
one?
while since
What
I've
about
seen
the
it.
one when Kevin James plays
Oh, home team. You both
Sean
have.
Payton?
You guys both haven't seen home team.
Haven't
let's
seen
do
it.
let's do home team.
Good
Is
watch
it?
that.
Is it?
Is it good?
The best thing about it is
I want to know if it's good.
okay. So
Is it a good movie or is it dumb?
It's.
Well, that took way
I've
too
seen
long.
it. I've seen it. I don't know.
It's stupid.
I'll tell you this.
Riker and I watched it 5 times. I've seen it like 5 times.
Have you?
It's got a 6 out of 10 on IMDb and a 76% like this movie on Google. So
I mean, that's not
sorry.
terrible.
I
think that's
actually.
what I go
actually,
for
That's
myself.
actually pretty good.
We would have fun watching it on the show.
IMDb you can
Okay.
never go with. They always have a little less rating, but 76 on Google percent's actually a lot better than I was expecting.
I will say the best part about the movie, and I don't want to. And I've said it before.
No spoilers.
Is Kevin James in? I think 99% of the scenes he's always wearing a visor.
Oh,
A different
Good. We
type of
should
visor.
be.
I don't want to. Okay, we don't have to lock it up. The other one I want to watch is the Aaron Hernandez movie.
Oh,
only
the show.
because.
The
Oh,
show.
show.
It's
Sorry.
a show.
Only because.
That's a good off-season one where we're doing parts for it.
And I want to see movies where actors play real NFL players because that makes me laugh
Oh
quite
man,
a bit.
some of the clips that
Some of
came
the
out for
clips
that
are-
show, you're like, it seemed like a parody.
It seemed like a high school, and they did a really good high
Yeah.
school show, but like totally, yeah.
Actually, the other one that would be good to watch would be the Hallmark Travis Kelce Taylor Swift movie.
Oh yeah, Tay was watching that.
Oh,
It's pretty bad.
I mean, we might have to do a summer run.
Actually, you know what
A
we'll do?
summer of fun run.
We've talked about this.
Well,
We
this
got to
is- this
actually
is the
do
year.
it.
Yeah.
But what we'll do, because I do have all of the movies, we'll put everything into a hat.
That's why we call you Blockbuster.
We'll pull it out, and that'll be the movie that we
Oh,
watch.
that's a good idea.
But we do have to decide on our draft day outside of
Okay.
outside of that.
So,
we'll cherry pick our draft day, our draft Miss Eve.
I was gonna say we can have chat voting on it. Maybe we'll run a poll. Maybe we'll run a poll. But hey, chat, just wanted to give a quick shout out to chat. We got a lot of ballers rocking in there right now.
Of course we do.
Fresno State says not a Dallas fan, just here for the great, hilarious content. Crack 'em if you got them, guys.
Crack 'em.
Crack them.
Crack 'em if you got 'em, definitely. On a
we-
Wednesday? Why the hell not?
Why
Why
the
the
hell
hell
not?
not?
Wednesday's the new Friday.
If anyone's giving you some guff, you just tell them, honey,
It's
I
Wednesday.
can't watch the show unless I'm cracking
Cracking
these
'em.
cold ones.
Haven't you heard their saying? They say crack 'em if you got 'em.
Well, Dawson Keegan hasn't. He says I haven't been here in a minute. Woo, crack 'em if you got them.
Sup, sup,
It's the
sup.
best thing to do. You come welcome back and get one in you. Get a cold one in you.
Timothy Ball says let chat vote on the movie. So yeah,
that's not a bad idea.
We'll figure out a poll
That's
on
good.
our post, and then we'll kind of bring it
We
on.
might even have to do like a playoff style. Playoffs.
Oh yeah, bracketing.
We might have to do a bracket.
Bracketing.
Oh, bracketing.
'Cause that's the most fair way of doing it. You
Bracketing.
can't go on one vote. You gotta have 8. You have to have 8 movie titles.
Yep.
Get it down to 4. Get it down to 2. Get it down to
Are
1.
we doing that for draft? Because I can get something rolling.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
Yeah,
That
I like
some
that.
pressure.
That's a good idea.
It puts some pressure on us.
Bracketing, and then that could even help us going forward with what we're
I
doing.
used to follow this guy. Well, I still follow him, but he used to do something similar like that. He would bracket movies together, and then you're in the Instagram story. You're picking through, and then you see which one everyone votes for, and it's winning. You're like,
Yeah, that's what I'll
that
do.
fucking movie's the one.
Hey, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it over. We're gonna multiple.
You have to have draft day in there though too.
Okay.
Guys,
And if it wins,
Yeah, if it's in the bracket, if it
No,
wins
no,
the bracket,
exactly.
it wins the bracket.
the bracket, we
It's
kind of
all telling.
I think we'd all put maybe 1 or 2 picks of ours, take 1 or 2 picks from chat, and then the bracket
there
plays.
we'll make sure all of the main football movies
Yes.
are on there.
Yeah. Well, we're
Varsity
gonna
Blues, Replacements, Any Given Sunday, Remember
Day.
the Titans, Draft Day.
but then you got some kind of
the
you got
fringe ones would be like Point Break because they have a killer football scene.
Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and
Yeah, oh,
Confused.
yeah, good
Dazed and
call.
Confused is fringe.
Friday Night Lights. I mean, that's not
Well,
fringe.
It's just
but it'd
football.
be
It's
on there.
it's football adjacent.
Yeah.
It's got football in it.
Yeah.
You ready? You got fucking sound effects from it.
I know. I got my whole.
Your
my whole
arm ready to
soundboard.
throw about
2,000
2,000 yards
That's got to be the most
This
funny.
arm ready to throw about 2,000 yards next fall.
next fall.
Looking
Tough.
We're depending on you, boys.
That's a good run there.
Guys, I have something I want to talk to you. I know because we're in the off season, there's lots that we have on the Dallas Cowboys doc. If it's something that came up to me that interested me quite a bit was the inevitability, or there's a couple articles. I don't know if this was a joint effort, but the one that we'll be looking at here is CBS Sports. The inevitability that the NFL is going to eventually move to an 18-game season and what that would look like. Now, the big thing that I want to bring up here before I let anyone else speak,
Yeah.
okay,
Say do it.
Appreciate it.
is how they would align this essentially is there would be 2 preseason weeks, then there would be 20 week NFL season with 2 bye weeks for each team, and then the Super Bowl would wrap up on the Sunday before President's Day, giving everyone, well, in America at least, a holiday. on
Family
the-
Day, buddy.
Family Day.
Family Day's always the week after Super Bowl, so this would push it into Family Day.
So we all are joining in.
I mean, I take it off anyways, but I'd like to not have to use one of
Exactly.
my day offs. I'd like to have a stat holiday.
Day offs.
Day offs.
Day
Yeah,
offs. We're
so-
talking about day
We're
offs.
talking about day offs.
Wasn't the article I was looking at. There's like this is almost a fucking
This is
novel.
Chat GP. This is Chat GP.
yeah, he's just
CBS.
Right,
Fucking
Dad.
have some self-respect, okay?
have some self-respect, Jonathan Jones. Hey, Jonathan Jones, we appreciate you writing a novel.
You two first
It's a
name son of a
13-minute
bitch.
read.
Wow,
That's
it's too much.
cut it down by at least fucking
If I'm reading there and I
One
get
quarter
2 or 3
or two-
paragraphs in,
four-
I'm usually I check out.
yeah. But anyways, what do you think about that? I mean, I think we'd all love it. I don't think anyone would complain.
For us, it's perfect.
For us, it's
Give us another game because I don't want to say that the channel goes dead in the off season. I would never want to say that, but compared to a game week,
Oh
like
yeah,
a Sunday in July compared to a Sunday in December,
Yep.
a lot different. So if we get an extra, or I should say January, An extra game, fan welcomes it. Does it? I'm always kind of on the fringe about it because of records and all that stuff. But the NFL is such a growing entity and so much more popular than any sport. They're going to squeeze as much out of it as they can.
Well,
so the 18, as soon as they went to 17 games, we all knew it was going to 18.
Yeah.
Well, no one gives a fuck about preseason. So like eliminate the amount of preseason games you have, which I think is what they're gonna do, right? They're gonna pull the preseason games.
Yeah,
out of it?
only 2 preseason games.
And they would
Fucking right.
add an extra bye week. So we go from what is currently an 18-week schedule to 20 weeks.
Yeah.
So they'd be adding 2 weeks on,
So
removing.
it'd probably start a week early
Start a
and
week
end a
early.
week late.
Yeah.
So first, probably Labor Day weekend in September.
Yeah.
So we get to start the NFL season with the Monday off, and then we get to finish it with the Monday off. Hey, sign me up. Sign me the fuck up.
I like it.
I do like it.
I guess the biggest concern would be players' safety. But I think, like, when you get that extra bye week, that can be huge for a lot of fucking teams, especially if how it's placed, right? Like,
Well, yeah, you could start off shitty, and having the bye at the right time could completely, restart you guys.
rest enough players and
Yeah.
boosh.
And then at the
aggravation.
end, you get your second one when you have some injuries. Get a couple guys that might have had to play that week that can get another week of rest. So I mean, we all knew it was getting to the 18 game schedule, but when does it stop? Does you stop at 18 then? I don't think you can do more. Can you?
I think
Can't-
that would
20?
be the.
You can't go 20.
No, I think that would be the max. Like, at least for now, until they come up with some sort of scientific serum that like instantly heals you, and then it's go time.
They just sleep in chambers and just play football.
I believe
100
they're
100
alive.
or 51 week season.
Yeah.
The players just sleep in chambers when they're not playing.
A season's a full calendar year.
Yeah, we love it though. So they're speculating the league could expand by the 2027 season. So that gives us what, 2 more seasons at 17 games?
2 more seasons, but we'll know probably in a year if this is going to happen, or at least have a good idea.
Well, yeah, because they'll have to plan for how they want to
yeah.
do it. And yeah, I'm all for it, man.
The
NFL,
schedulers?
fuck yeah.
I mean, the one scheduler who's been there since the 1970s, he's like, I mean, first I started off with 14 games, and then they added 5th. I was like, we can't do this, and now we're going to go to 8. I mean, come on, guys.
Which
Jeez
is pretty
Louise.
crazy if you think it.
Yeah.
It was originally, was it 12 games? I think it started off as 12, I want to say. Like,
It was down.
I
It
think
was
OJ
like,
Simpson.
yes,
he did
yeah.
it in
I think
12.
you're right. I think you're right.
I could be wrong also, though. It might have just always
You're
been
probably
14.
wrong. 14 sounds like
We're
it's
not
something.
14 does sound right.
We're not checking.
No, we're
We're
not
not
checking.
checking.
I'd rather
That's
us
for it.
chat will
Sure.
tell us.
I mean, I
Someone in
have an
chat will tell
NFL
us.
trivia book. It might be in there.
Oh, do you
I could
actually?
look in afterwards. Yeah, right here.
Here, just open it up and give
Oh,
us one
give
trivia.
us one trivia.
One trivia question. Just the first thing you see.
Okay, what is the largest deficit any team has ever overcome to win an NFL game?
Shit. 28-3.
Nope.
That's a good guess. I'm gonna say like deficit would be
I want to know what's the deficit and
35 points.
Okay, you guys are both close. Can you to kind of get back in my good books? Can you name
Well,
the
I
team?
said 25.
You said 28.
No, I said 28-3 was the.
Oh, you said 28-3, and you said
35.
He said AJ. I answered the question, stupid. I should have given you the point number, not the score.
But I know you were thinking of the Super
The
Bowl.
Super Bowl, yeah.
yeah. So chat saying 42. Brent Packer guy saying
35.
35.
I think it's less than 35. I want to say 32.
Dawson Keegan saying 30 points. Now I don't know when this book was published, so we can't completely trust it.
But we
Yeah.
can kind of guess the team.
But try to guess the team that came back.
So I was thinking postseason because the Patriots have the postseason record, but the team that came back from behind with the biggest deficit ever. I'm just gonna throw a flyer up here and say the Bengals.
Okay. You're wrong.
I'll go 49ers.
Also wrong.
Okay.
Okay, so here it is. In December 18th, 2022,
So
the
we-
Minnesota Vikings
Oh shit. Recent.
trailed the Indianapolis Colts 33-0 at halftime.
So 33 points.
What happened next was stunning. The Vikings scored their first touchdown of the game with 8 minutes and 22 seconds left in the third quarter, and then went on a tear, outscoring Indianapolis 36-6 over the final 23.5 minutes of regulation to tie the score and force overtime. Mini won 39-36 on a kick from Greg Joseph's 40-yard field goal with 3 seconds left in the extra boosh.
I do like it. Adam's trivia moment once an episode.
Yeah,
I think why not?
And
Get us
hey,
some NFL trivia going. So 33 points is the
33.
answer, and it was the Minnesota Vikings.
which is insane. You got to think that's 5 scores,
And
4
they didn't sc-
touchdowns.
and they didn't score until 8 minutes.
8 minutes
so,
and 22
so
seconds
pretty
left.
much a quarter and a half. They did
Yeah.
it.
Oh my
That's-
God.
that's a lot. That's a lot of high flying action.
And those magazines, those used to be. But we used to have in our house a, basically like a magazine stand by the shitter
Yep.
because, and they were like things I'd read like 50 fucking times.
Oh yeah,
Don't even want to talk about how much shit was probably on
Right.
those
Oh,
books.
yeah.
But that's a perfect shitter book right there.
that is
This,
a good shitter book.
This I have the other perfect shitter book is the one that you got me for my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
These trends and offensive trends and trivia. These books right here,
Okay,
shit books.
yeah, those are shit books.
Like not bad written
No.
books, but like good shitter books.
Good shitter books. Hey,
Shit read material.
so there's some rumors circulating about our boy Dak Big Daddy Dick Prescott.
I think he's on steroids.
Yeah, he is. So there's some rumors, and this is a funny article that goes around with it. We're going to look at, but there's some rumors that Dak has dropped 30 to 50 pounds. Now, I think that's can't be because he
What did he weigh last year? 240?
238 in
Yeah.
2024 was like the last updated weight of his.
There's
so
no way he's 218 at
no,
6'3".
no. I think it was
Looked
like
like Skeletor.
it was hyperbolic. I think
has to
or,
be.
or
There's no way 50 is
50 is like
out of
completely
it.
gone. 30 is an insane amount.
I would say 15.
I would
be
say
like,
15. Yeah, but
15
that's.
would be like top of it.
I think most people are saying he looks around 225
Yeah. So yeah, right
for his
around-
height.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
that's all right. I don't mind that.
but he's got a new nickname here, and our boy Jake Ferguson, who they call the star tight end, and I guess he would be, but we need to see it. Come on, Jakey boy.
Yeah,
Come on,
can't
Jakey
just-
boy.
Can't just be a one splash season guy.
No.
Jakey boy.
He comes up with a real cool nickname for him, and I'm gonna pull that up right now. You tell me if you like it or not.
Reap. Slim Reap. Slim Reap. Slim Reap.
Looks like Dak's attacking him.
Slim Reap. Slim Reap.
Dak attacks. attacks. But yeah, Slim Reaper.
Slim Reaper.
This is where I think that 50 came
Yeah.
from. Is Jake just say? But he's playing. He's playing. But either way,
he
Dak,
definitely does look svelte.
Oh yeah, he looks.
Oh, yeah.
Even there was the video going around I think a week or two ago of him throwing the ball, and I was like, oh man, Dak looks like he's
Dak's dropped some
dropping
poundage.
some weight, but 50 pounds, I don't think so. But he's calling him Slim Reap there, but I like Slim Reaper.
Be careful though.
It's spicy.
So I just want to ask y'all. I think this is a good move. Actually, I'm going to tell you what I think. I think it's a good move. There he is. Look at that.
How do you like? He already looks.
How do you look so handsome?
And this is last year?
Oh, is that last year?
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
think so.
Oh shit. Okay. Let me update this. But as we oogle Slim Reap here. hold this up.
I mean, not gonna lie.
I thought I saw. Okay, sorry. I guess maybe this is just a photo of him from last year. Then I thought that this was an updated one.
So
But
there's no way you're losing 50 pounds off that frame.
no way.
Not
but,
a chance.
But let's say
Unless you got a limb cut off.
no. I mean, I think right here we can just we can do some work on these sides, tighten that up. We can get some of that.
he's kind of
That
turned
following.
there so that it kind of shows a little bit more than what it probably is.
But like him being around, let's say he was 235 last season.
Sure.
Him dropping down to 225, which I think is like would be reasonable for his height. That would be like he's getting pretty fucking close to optimal weight height balance there, right? 6'3", 6'4", 225. Like that's fighting.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's going to be helpful for him though if he is going to continue to have any sort of issues with his legs, that you get a little bit less weight off of those, and I don't think it's going to affect his ability to be physical if he's choosing to be.
I mean,
still at that
220 on
weight.
a football field still a pretty good size.
But
He's
yeah,
still bigger than a lot of the guys on the defense.
but there's also another new dude to arrive to the team a little bit later than what Dak Prescott is going to be arriving in week 1. You know, barring nothing else happens to him. But here, Demarvion Overshown is going to be coming back about mid-season, they believe, that he could return in 2025. I don't like this. Cowboys Demarvion Overshown progressing from knee injury could return in 2025.
Yeah.
I thought he was.
Yeah, I want would or
Should return, but I thought it was going to be like, oh, he's going to return earlier than we thought. But he switched his number to number 0. So
And that's what his college number was when he played for the Texas Longhorns.
And that's why he's been getting injured the last 2 seasons, because he hasn't his number.
Well, this is his third
yeah.
NFL season and his third number. He started off at 35, was played as 35, got hurt. He came and took
13.
Michael Gallup's 13 last year. And then this season, finally, he's getting he's known as Agent 0. So I'm stoked on it. And I'm going to have to get an Agent 0 jersey. It's just going to have to happen. It's the first, and more importantly, it's the first time a Cowboys player's gotten to wear the
So
0.
what number is
Exactly.
Rowdy going to be?
Fuck Rowdy. How about?
Yeah, fuck him.
Rowdy could be 99 or like
Rowdy should be 00.
00. Yeah, 00 is fine.
Double doink.
Crack me
if you got him. Fuck
got
you,
him.
Rowdy.
But I like it. I really, but again, we gotta see him come return here in the middle of the season. That's what he said.
Man,
Jordan,
sorry.
Jordan Schultz says he's been progressing well in his recovery from a significant knee injury, which we all witnessed, and there's optimism he could return around the middle of the 2025 season. So
November?
Man,
Start in November?
Thanksgiving game, we're there, and it's his first game back. We're all
we
wearing
don't
Agent-
want him. We don't want him back in. That's the end of November.
and-
Thanksgiving, I think, is like the 24th or 25th this year. So
but I'm
that's,
just sorry. Maybe okay. Let's first game back.
how about
no, we don't want.
how about we see him first game back when we're in Vegas
first
for the
game back in
Vegas game?
Vegas? Woo!
in late October?
late October.
Is that when we're thinking the Vegas game's going to be?
I hope it's September. Actually,
I hope it's right out of the gate.
Ooh, right out of the gate would be pretty prime. I think we'd all be hyped up for that.
yeah, I would be fine with right out the gate. When
What-
is offside here? Something maybe we could look at
Nothing's
after.
offside.
When is the season schedule dropped? May something? Start of May?
We're talking about the schedule and when we're going to go. So this is completely not offside. This is onside.
They say it's typically released in the spring. They haven't announced an exact date, but it's announced in May after the draft and free agency.
Yeah, I want to
gets some
say
clarity.
it's like May. Last year was like May 9th or something, May 10th.
Yeah, so the draft is this year.
It's the 26th, I want to say.
Yeah, it finishes that Sunday, so 28th is the Monday.
Yeah.
I believe. So probably, I would say 2 weeks after that they'll do the schedule or release it.
We're getting close to the draft. I think 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, doggy. I know. I
Yes,
gotta
man.
get our guests in order. Shit, that first week of April went by quick.
It did. Mike Poland was asking about hopping on the Friday, so we'll talk
Yeah, no,
offline about that.
absolutely cannot have him and Paul on at the same time though. That's crossing streams.
Never cross the streams.
Unless you're playing sword fighting.
Okay, another little fun Q&A for y'all boys. Cowboys, are you taking the over/under on their win total? And it looks like here on this article from
Shit, we're doing that already, hey?
yeah. Well, I
Ooh,
mean,
spicy.
it
This
was
is
a
early.
Look, David Halperin, he's we appreciate him from Blogging the Boys writing this article, but basically we're just going to be stealing the information here, and the Cowboys over/under for wins in 2025 is 7.5 games. You going over/under?
I'm always going over.
I'm going over too, but
Yeah.
I'm doing a legit over because I think the Cowboys could easily win.
Me too.
Eight-
If
8 games.
If Dak plays a full season, I just can't see them not winning more than 7.5 games. Last year, if Dak plays the whole year, they probably win 10 games, or at least very close. So I'm still going with that. I got to go over 7.5. Realistically, if that's what Vegas is doing right now, boys, we should place a bet
Yeah,
on the Cowboys.
I was
going
gonna
to
say that would be
it's probably a safe bet.
$100 on the over
Yeah.
or more.
I was
300?
thinking, I don't know, like 10K.
10K on the Oves.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, I didn't know we had Bitcoin Anth in here.
I was
Oh,
talking
crypto, bro.
10K dong. It's a Vietnamese
Yeah.
money, and it's a lot less than 10K USD.
Count me wins. Count me wins right now.
Okay, so this is home. I mean, I gotta say the Giants is a win at home. Oh fuck! I mean, they have a tough schedule.
Cards.
Giants, Chargers, Cardinals. I'm gonna say they split. I'm gonna go with Commanders. So I got 4 there.
Oh! So that's home. You think?
Yeah, I
they
got
win
4
4 home
yeah,
and then
4
away.
home, and then
Giants.
Giants again. I'm gonna go Bears, Raiders, and Jets. And Panthers. So I
Not
just
the
named 9.
Broncos.
I would say Broncos could.
Broncos
even
are
go
good,
on
man.
there,
They're a playoff team from last year. They're gonna have Bo Nix second year. They got a 20th pick. They got
We could easily split wins with Commanders and Eagles too.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Split with the Commanders, Eagles. I kind of gave the Eagles the benefit of the doubt, gave them both wins. I think easily 8 there, though. Their
agree.
away schedule is easier than their home schedule.
By far.
But Lions is tough, Broncos is tough, Commanders is tough, Eagles are tough. Those are, and I mean, the Bears are going to be better with Caleb Johnson.
Caleb Johnson.
I mean, they might draft. They might
Well,
draft Caleb Johnson.
Caleb Williams, this is his second season coming up, right?
Ben Johnson as their new coach / offensive powerhouse.
Lions could be a different team though, with losing all the coaching that they lost. So you just don't know. The NFL has such a big parity that there's just always something you don't expect. Maybe the Panthers take a third-year jump with Bryce Young. The Broncos, again, with Bo Nix, are surging. Commanders are going to have Jaden Daniels in his second year. There's a lot of young quarterbacks in the away games, so you never know.
Ultra saying 6-3 for the away games. So he's thinking 6 games could be.
I could see that too. You could get 6 of those realistically, but I also think it could go 3 and 6.
Honestly, I need to see how the Cowboys start, because I think we've had back-to-back seasons where they sucked at or not back-to-back seasons, sorry. In the last 2 seasons, they have both sucked at away and won at home, and then sucked at home and won at away.
Which was last year. So the thing with this season, though, guys, there was a couple times in the first 3 years of CanFan, there'd be games on the schedule that I kind of wasn't like when the Cowboys were rolling, that I wasn't really excited for. I don't know how to say it. Like, you'd be like, oh, they're playing the Panthers this week, or there was a few games I wasn't really excited for. Going into any of these games, getting a win will be, I'll be happy. So it's like, I don't see an easy game except maybe the Giants.
We had the luxury of the back-to-back 11-win seasons where it was like,
12 wins, babe.
12 wins, sorry.
12 wins, babe.
12 wins,
Sorry,
babe.
Mike.
Get your fucking shit together here.
Big Mike calls.
Hey, I was just listening to the show.
You
And
said 11.
You guys said 11 games. What's going on here?
Well, it's gonna be a good season, because we're gonna be paying really good attention to all of those games, at least up until the fourth quarter, baby.
I definitely think it over, though, over 7.5.
Agreed. So this article,
is.
Fire Boy,
Tell me you have the soundbite.
eat me out, eat man, hang
Eat
on.
Nick, eat me out, eat man.
Eat me out, eat me.
Okay, well,
You're looking for it.
I'm
He's
gonna
going
get
for
it. I'm gonna get it.
He thinks he thought he could get away from
He
us.
thought
'cause
he
it was
could
the
fucking.
offseason.
He thought he could fucking put Nick Eatman up there without his theme song. Are you fucking hot, bro? He's looking. Holy shit! You got some weird fucking AI songs that you made there, doggy.
I got an album. Okay, I'm just gonna try this one.
Let's give it a little dance.
Nick Eatman's top 10 weekly stories.
It's not that, but we're just playing his song for him.
Will Cowboys taste sweet victory? Fight for Cowboys and fight for their opponents. Every week another magic moment. Dallas Cowboys top 10 stories this week. Tell us, see me out, Eatman. Tell us, see me out, Eatman.
Okay.
Very sexual.
It's very sexual, and I think I could see Eatman he's sweaty, and he's in like a dark room, but there's like bright flashing lights, like a music video, and he's just kind of doing sexy dances.
Totally.
While
And
a chick sings, like,
yeah. But he's holding just an iPhone on strobe effect. That's what the lights are doing.
It's always it's a good effect.
But I thought that I'm not going to read the article because that's not what we do here. Sorry, man. But if you want to read it, you can go to DallasCowboys.com.
Staff writer and senior manager, digital media, Nick, eat me out, Eatman.
One day he'll reply to us. I know it. Next man up, door wide open for Marshawn Nealon. And this just led me to ask the question, who do you think has that breakout season incoming? Is it Marshawn? Could you include Sam Williams on that list?
Are we talking any position? It doesn't have
any
to
position. This was an article that spawned that thought, and now I'm just wondering, who am I forgetting that we
Maurice
should be?
Leofau.
Maurice Leofau, yeah.
I think he has a good chance.
Well, he's going to have to fill in some, whether he's a starter or just having a more involved role as a backup. He's going to have to.
Well, you're going to see it
out.
Depending by the draft. I guess they did bring a couple linebackers on, but I think Leofau, he had a very good end to the season last year once Agent Zero went down. So it'll be interesting. I think he has a chance to have a big jump.
That's a good one.
Jenkins Gaming says Carson breakout year.
That would be
I hope
nice.
so. That would a spot that we need a breakout. I would say cornerback Kalen Carson having a breakout season would be more important than Maurice Leafau. Sam Williams has a chance.
That's what Alex said. Sam Williams. when he asked.
Marshawn Nealon. I mean, that would be sweet. Any guy that can kind of go from subpar to turning some heads. What do you think breakout means? Like, is that a Pro Bowl nod?
I think
Or-
breakout would mean like you come out of the fucking mud of the average NFL player and you stand out and like, okay, maybe a breakout season could have been Fowler, even though it happened so late.
He had a breakout season for
last
sure.
year with
I would
Commanders,
I'd be
you
happy
know?
with that. And a guy that had a breakout season for himself as a Cowboy a couple of years ago was Deron Bland. Like
Yep.
he had a breakout season. And I mean, that was more than anyone could even expect. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
that was such a crazy breakout season. But man, if Kalen Carson could get out there and play some nice coverage, that would be pretty.
I got one.
That would be swell.
I got one. He was a 4th round
Cooper
trade
Kupp?
off.
Cooper Cup.
Jonathan Mingo.
Sure. That'd be good too.
I think Jonathan Mingo is going to have a breakout season this
Just
year.
hope he gets to play.
Yeah.
Look, if I just either hopefully we do go ahead and draft a wide receiver, one of those guys that we've been talking about and jerking off to, but Mingo or Flanoy or Tolbert or even Turpin, throw him in the mix.
Yeah.
Turpin has a job
You mean a breakout as a wideout though, not
as a wideout, as a wide receiver.
strictly as
One-
a wide receiver.
Yeah, if Turpin, because a breakout for Turpin for me would be like 500 yards, something incredible, like 5 or 6 touchdowns, like they're using him for those touchdowns. Then I'd be like, okay, that's kind of like a breakout.
But with the new
for
kickoff,
him and-
with the new kickoff rule, what if we do see him take it back 2 or 3 times to the
but
house
we
on
already know
kickoff?
he's
capable of doing it. He
capable
just
of doing
He's
hasn't
already the
done-
best return man in the NFL.
Yeah, he just hasn't done it. Like, yes, he is, but he also hasn't done the big type of stats for the return. I don't
So
think. Turpin?
he
I
was
would just say
Turpin was the best return. He was the best return
Well, he
man
was a
in the
Pro
NFL.
Bowler. I guess he's
Just-
already made Pro Bowl.
He was the best return man in the NFL.
but I think breakout means that you like
Like a
everyone
John-
already
like a-
expect
like-
you're beating expectations.
Right.
His expectations are that he should be
That's why I like
Right,
Jonathan
especially
Mingo.
you're right. He didn't get the returns that he that we were kind of hoping
He
for.
was going to have.
But he had some pretty big run backs when he did get a chance, and that touchdown against who was it, the Cards?
You know, yeah, was it the Cardinals? But I mean, Jonathan Mingo, he was drafted high in his draft class. Didn't do much in
That's
Panthers.
a good one. Yeah,
We brought him over for a 4th round pick. Didn't do much last year. I think I blame a little bit about that on him coming to a new team. The offensive play calling was all over the place. Even CeeDee Lamb wasn't performing the way that. CeeDee Lamb performed, but just the whole offense outside of CeeDee Lamb
yeah.
wasn't really performing. So I think getting him a full off season with Dak, getting another wide receiver too. What would you for a breakout season for Flanoy as a for Mingo as a WR3? What kind of stats are we looking here? 700 yards, 700 yards, 8 touchdowns.
600. 700 would be great. I think a floor of 600 or 500 even. It's more of like, is he going to be the guy who's catching balls for first downs, or is he going to be the guy who's a red zone threat?
Yep.
And like whether if he ends up with like 8 touchdowns or 700 yard, let's say, less touchdowns and less yards if he has 8 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? I think that's like, I'd be happy with either way if he contributes in either way.
Mm-hmm.
So Cavante Turpin, fellas, was the best return man in the NFL last year.
By far.
Yeah, he had 904 yards on 27 returns.
Wow.
The guy in second place had 31 returns, so 4 more, and he had 791 yards.
Yeah.
Oh, Turpin's fucking.
And then the next guy beneath him is almost half of what, like third place is almost half of what Turpin did. So
Yeah.
he was the best kickoff return guy in the NFL. His average was, he had a 33.5 average, which was best, had a touchdown, had the second longest kick return for a touchdown.
Oh yeah.
And then punt returns, I'm just quickly looking at here.
yeah,
He wasn't as good as punt returns,
Spin move.
but
That was awesome.
That's where he got the touchdown, though, right?
Well, let's not forget he had a touchdown, kick return touchdown, and a punt return. And no, the Commanders game was a kickoff return.
oh, it was the Commanders.
The Browns, he had a punt return.
Okay.
Week 1.
Commanders is what I
So-
was thinking of.
Come on, boys. Give Turpin some respect, Ad. You thought he sucked.
I didn't think he sucked.
Yeah, but you said you wanted him to have a breakout return as a return
Well,
man.
I was more so asking what would his breakout return year look like.
Anyways, I just wanted to look at that because I want to give Cavante Turpin last. And what do you think Turpin's...
We made a whole fucking song about him.
We did. What do you think Turpin's yards were last year? Because AJ, you said what, 500 yards you'd want as receiving?
Yeah,
but
but
I said WR3. What would it? Or
Well, what would be a breakout season
A breakout
for Turpin
season
at
for
wide receiver?
Okay, without knowing the stats, I'd say if he got 600 yards and 8 touchdowns,
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
that would be.
I think the touchdowns.
it's the touchdowns that.
So
come
last
into
year
play.
he had 420 yards on 31 receptions, 2 touchdowns. So not terrible, but room for if he could get it at 200 yards added to that and 6 more touchdowns. I think that'd be a breakout season.
Yeah, because you add on his benefit for special teams. It's like
Just
and
be a
you
solid 2 option.
and you got this solid dude. Yeah, so
Crack
crack him
me
if you
good.
got him,
Crack
and
me
I
if you
think
got
he
him.
could.
You know who else is gonna have a breakout year though?
Can fan?
Rico Dowdle.
Don't say that.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Well, you know what?
Good.
I'm
I
not
mean,
kidding.
he's going to.
He's going to
Where
have
the
a-
fuck did he go?
Panthers,
No. Did he?
Tennessee,
10.
I'll
No.
tell you in a second.
I don't know.
Panthers.
Maybe he did go to Tennessee. Where the fuck did Rico go?
Panthers.
Carolina Panthers. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think it was.
Because I said it.
No, but you said a different one. You said 2 teams.
I said Panthers, and then I said Tennessee.
no. You
I
said.
said Panthers
Did
first.
you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and picture
And then when you
this.
said no, I was like, Tennessee then?
Something I didn't know. He was born in North Carolina, Rico Dowdle.
Oh, so
So-
he's going to play for the hometown.
Hometown hero.
And he got a nice contract.
Before you bring up the next thing,
Mm-hmm.
Fresno State asked story time. What was the first memory of a Dallas game that made you a fan? Alex, you have a good one.
Oh, well, it's not a game necessarily, but it was before whenever the Dallas Cowboys did the Hard Knocks, I think that was 2021.
2021.
Anyways, that I was just a producer. I was liking the players, and lucky enough, we decided to produce this podcast on the same year they did Hard Knocks, and then Hard Knocks just like opens the door to all of the players, and so that kind of brought me on into like caring about these guys' personal lives and wanting to get stalk them and stuff like that. And
Sniff
so
their
that-
underwear.
That's what brought me in, and then
Go in
yeah,
their underwear drawer.
but I would say
Fucking pervert.
maybe the best memory, like or a game. I don't know. I'd have to think about
was-
the game.
yeah,
I think it was just that.
It was
that
almost
really
just,
brought me in.
yeah, exactly. It was what was the first memory of a Dallas game that
Okay.
made you a fan? Anth, do you have any?
Yeah, Romo coming in for
Bledsoe?
yeah, for Bledsoe. He didn't they didn't win the game, but he was throwing touchdowns. And that was the first I think I want to say 2000 I want to say it was 2005. That was the first year I really started watching following the Cowboys, and Romo started as soon as he took over, he was fucking balling out. They had Marion Barber in the backfield, T.O. at wide receiver, DeMarcus Ware on the defense.
Oh yeah.
Like they had just had a bunch
Is that
of
from that year? Remember you shared I think it was in our chat. You shared a video and it just went through the defense of that year. It might have been a few years later, but it had DeMarcus Ware.
yeah. That was 2006. Yeah, that was
Okay.
that was the year after.
They had like a loaded D.
Oh yeah, they had a loaded defense and should have. I don't know that 2006 was probably their best chance.
I just want to warn you, Chad, if you do bring up years past of Cowboys, you can put Anth into a bit of a depression spiral.
Well, it just doesn't make sense. There's a few years they really should have pushed for the Super Bowl. The 2006 year, the 2014 year, and then the year you got and then Dak and Zeke's rookie year, 2016. Those 3 seasons, me being a fan, those were real years that I thought they could win a Super Bowl.
Is this the team you're thinking about?
Let's see here. So Romo, Witten, Flozell, Adams. So this is showing guys that hit this. So this is 06. Keep going down.
This is
for a sec.
2006, yeah.
So I think it would be the next year where they had like 13 Pro Bowlers. Go to a year after.
Okay.
Roy Williams.
Yeah, Roy Williams was man in the field. Terrence Newman was only 28 there. That's crazy. There was one year that they had. Yeah, this might be it. Look at all the Pro Bowlers. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on offense. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on defense. So 10. They had 10 there. What year was that?
2007.
2007, and then I want to say 2008. They didn't have
Jesus.
the greatest season in 2008.
DeMarcus Ware 14 sacks and Greg Ellis with 12.5 sacks.
Oh yeah, man. Greg Ellis is the guy they took instead of Randy Moss.
Man, I do like this team though for like Madden back in the day.
Dude, this team was unbeatable in Madden.
Yeah.
You had go up to the offense for a second. You had Tony Romo. They showed Julius Jones there, but you had Marion Barber.
Right,
You would
yeah.
take Julius Jones out in Madden. And then all you had to do was play action to Marion Barber and then throw to T.O.
Yeah.
Like T.O. there, 81 catches, 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns. And one rush for 5 yards.
3 Pro Bowl offensive linemen.
And then, yeah.
Well, look at even Wynton, 96 catches for 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns. Like,
Yeah,
that's a,
imagine
that's
that. Imagine that as your tight end. Imagine that's your so CD. Say CD had 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns,
Cook.
and then your tight end had 1,107 touchdowns. Like that's amazing.
If Tolbert had that career, I'd be saying give him the contract T. Higgins got.
So can you give me Marion Barber's stats for this season, 2007? Because I'm pretty sure Julius Jones only had 588 yards and 2 touchdowns. I'm pretty sure Marion Barber had in 2007. He had to have over 10 touchdowns. Yeah, 10 touchdowns.
10 touchdowns,
So that-
almost 1,000 yards.
So that was his bet. That was when that
And
was
a
his really good year.
And they were definitely, because he was second fiddle, but he still got almost a 5-yard per carry average and almost 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
so.
he never broke.
He never
1,000
did.
yards.
He never did.
He
and
never broke
that's-
1,000 yards, but fuck, did he run awesome?
If you watched his highlights, you would have sworn that he had breached 1,000. Just how violently he ran,
And then 2008, that team kind of just like
It folded.
they missed their window.
and then started the Zach Martin and
Yeah, that was
That-
still a bit later. They had a few kind of 8 and 8 years and kind of just years that they weren't great. And then they started drafting. They started drafting the offensive line to protect Romo.
yeah.
And then they got it to the spot it needed to be, and Romo got hurt, retired, and then Dak came in, and
And that's all she wrote.
that's all she wrote.
Guys, we've already talked about this in plethora on the guys on this list, but this is the 5 safest prospects for Cowboys in the first round.
From Blogging the Boys.
I'll just read the names. Yeah, Blogging the Boys from Brian Martin here. We got Ashton Genty, Armand Membu, tackle / guard from Missouri, Tet McMillan, Tyler Warren, and Jahdae Barron, who I don't know that we've actually ever drafted.
Yeah, we
We've
did.
talked
I
about it.
thought we drafted him at least once. He fell to us.
Maybe
and
we
we
did
did
draft
draft
him once.
I
Yeah,
think maybe one time.
but he's never been there for us when we drafted. But anyways, out of these 5 guys, I just want to know, like, put them in order to me of how, if all of these 5 guys are available, what's your priority order?
Oh, fuck. That's a good
That's
one.
tough, hey?
I think I know mine.
Okay, go for it then, fucker. So I didn't mean to be aggressive for it.
Was a, it
That
was a
was
good-
a
I
good-
liked it though.
You're just mad we ruined your run-in.
I know.
I'm going Ashton Genty, Tet McMillan, Tyler Warren, Armand Membu, Jahdae Barron. That's my order.
That's pretty good.
Because I want a playmaker on offense. I want Ashton Genty. Don't think he's going to be there. I think we have a shot at Tet, but if he's not there, I think if those 2 guys aren't there and Tyler Warren's there, I'm sold on.
Yeah.
I'm sold on Tyler Warren. And then of course out of these 5 guys that are on there, I think the chances it's going to be Tet and Jahdae Barron. I think are going to be the 2 guys that are there at 12.
So you think Membu's gone?
I think Membu's gone. I think Warren's gone, and I definitely think Genty's gone by the
Okay.
time the Cowboys pick at 12.
And then I would assume Tet's probably your choice over Barron. Just
Yeah, I would go Tet.
And out of those 5, any of them, who are you moving up for? And you have to move up for one of them.
If I was moving up for one,
Yeah.
Genty.
Genty, but I don't think the Cowboys will move up.
No.
The
I mean,
running back,
they've been very aggressive they've been somewhat aggressive this offseason.
I'd be stoked. I mean, everyone would complain saying
Cowboys
that
aggressive.
if they moved
More
up
than
and
Cowboys aggressive.
if they moved up and selected Ashton Genty, everyone would bitch because they could say you could have got a running back later.
Man,
Yeah.
we could have got a Hampton.
Yeah, you
Which
could
I'm
just,
fine if we take Hampton at 12.
same.
If we reach for Hampton,
Again, there's only one player I said I would trade up for. And
Yeah,
that's Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter,
Yeah.
I should say Jalen Walker. Would
Well,
you if Jalen Carter was there, would you move up for him?
Jalen Walker?
Jalen Walker, not Jalen Carter.
No.
Yeah, no.
I would pick him. I'd pick Jalen Walker at 12 if Jalen Walker was thrown in here. I would probably have it Genty, McMillan, Walker, and then the rest of my guys.
Yeah. I think I like your order too.
Yeah, same.
But there,
I wouldn't
It
be mad
sucks
with I wouldn't be mad with any of those guys.
I wouldn't either. It sucks though because cornerback I feel is like just as high in need as wide receiver.
I wouldn't be mad if Barron ends
Yeah.
up being a Cowboy. I wouldn't. The only way is if maybe one of these other guys was still there and they picked.
Right.
I guess
If
they would just value cornerback over the other position.
You know what I heard, and this is coming, and this is a guy I don't necessarily like, Dan Orlovsky.
Oh, he's such a wiener, dude.
So he,
Orlovsky's such a wiener. I can't.
Okay.
I fucking.
I
Such
agree.
A punchable face.
I agree,
Is that the
but
guy who we watched the video and he seemed so fake?
yes.
no,
It
that's
might have been
Chase-
the way-
that's Chase Daniels.
Oh, that's
Oh,
the-
yeah,
that's
Chase
the other.
Daniels too.
That's the
Fuck
other
Chase
backup
Daniels.
quarterback. I like listening. I do like listening to quarterbacks when they're analysts because they see the game a little bit differently. But he did say something that I was like, you know what? I never thought about it that way. I kind of agree with him. He was talking about Travis Hunter when he used it in the case with drafting Jade Barron. He goes, Travis Hunter should be playing wide receiver for the team that picks him up because as a cornerback, teams can immediately pull him out of a game no matter what. But as a wide receiver, you throw the ball to him whenever he has the chance, and he's going to make some big plays. It's way too easy. It's a lot easier to take a cornerback out of a game for a team than a wide receiver. So when I think about it that way, in the first or even second round, it's like I want a player that is going to be hard to remove from the game.
Can you explain what you mean, what
Sorry,
he
sorry.
means by removing him? Just
So-
not throwing to his side.
So
But that's huge then.
okay. So let's say unless you have someone that's stacking on the other side of the field, then it's easy to eliminate that cornerback from being an impact
Just by
player for
not
the
throwing
defense.
to him.
By not throwing to that
But the
side.
best thing about Darrelle Revis and the reason he was so
But
good was
so he
because
brought-
they never went to his side.
Well, and that, so but
so
that's
you cut the field in half.
yeah, but
You
so
only have to play defense on half the
which
side
is
of the
also
field.
why cornerbacks don't necessarily get as many flowers because their stats don't look as good because you just don't have to throw to that side. Well,
Yeah.
they're technically doing their job because everybody's afraid to throw over there. But he brought up Revis as a point. He's like Revis's stats obviously don't even because no one would throw to his side. He probably would have had far better stats if you were stacked side by side with another
But that's
lockdown.
that's a good
lockdown
thing
corner.
though. So
agree.
I think his reasoning actually makes me want to
Sorry.
make him play cornerback more.
I think it was, and he brought up if it was the Browns because the Browns don't have another solid corner to go opposite of him on
Then
the
they
other
could
side
just
of the field.
beat you by throwing to the other guy.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, and Revis had Cromartie on the other side, who was still a
Well, like,
really-
so which is what
still a
we're-
Pro Bowl corner.
Bland and Diggs would be a good point.
we
Like
ever saw it.
if we ever saw it, but I think like and obviously there's the whole thought of like having him play both, have him come in and play corner anyways if you take him. But he was just going on of like if I'm drafting him, I'm putting him as a wide receiver.
Is he
no
good enough
question.
at wide receiver?
He had, I mean, he split. I think his wide receiver stats were better than his corner. Like he was, if he was just a wide receiver, we probably would have seen higher stat lines from him. But yeah, he's a solid wide receiver. Travis Hunter.
He's an interesting one. He's an interesting it's going to be interesting because there's no real. The last couple of years, there's been a clear number one pick, right? Everyone knows who's going one, right? Everyone knew Caleb Williams was getting picked first overall last year. You don't really know if Cam Ward or Abdul Carter or maybe Travis Hunter gets picked first. So even this as a Cowboys fan watching the draft, as a football fan, the first 5 picks are going to be exciting.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking for this. It's past now, and if we find it, we have all off season to look at it. But there's an awesome video of Chad Ochocinco talking about that. I forget which season it was. Maybe it was 2010 actually, where he was going through Revis's who he went up against one-on-one. He went up against Chad Ochocinco, shut him down, no catches.
Des Bryant,
Calvin Johnson,
Julio Johnson,
Julio
or
Jones.
Julio Johnson. That's my Madden character.
Julio Jones.
Yeah, yeah.
Julio Jones. But like he went against
Larry Fitzgerald. Like there was
the fucking
goats.
gamut. The
Goats.
goats. And basically I think
Randy Moss twice.
Randy Moss twice, yeah. And basically shut them down for like the max I think was like 3 catches for 34 yards or something like maybe it was like 3 for 80 or something like that. But anyway,
It was low.
the majority of the guys he fucking shut them down.
Revis Island was a real thing.
So So we were.
So you get a guy like that.
Yes,
it
of course.
can totally change. You cut, like Hans was saying, you cut the field in half like that. It's just
Well,
it can be incredible.
That's why. Go ahead, crack me. That's why a Jade Barron at number 1 would not be bad because we have other really good cornerbacks that can play opposite side of him. I just want to bring this up. We talked about. You asked about Travis Hunter, his as a receiver. So Ted McMillan stats: 2024, 84 receptions, 1,300 yards, average 15.7, 8 touchdowns. His longest was a 78-yard touchdown. Travis Hunter did 96 receptions for 1,258 yards, 13.1 average, 15 touchdowns. Longest 58. So he had a really good
Strength schedule.
where's the it doesn't say the SOS on here. This is just ESPN.
I don't think they either of them really played in crazy divisions.
No, I think Arizona's like 166. I'm just gonna pull that up right now.
Yeah, like I'm looking at the games, recent games for the
Oh, so Arizona's 184, which is like pretty quality. I think the highest is 255. Most teams are between, say, 175 and 225. Like most of the quality teams, their strength of schedule.
Yeah.
So he played in. It was a second tier, let's say, strength of the schedule on the lower side, but a second tier nonetheless.
And then so Travis Hunter did?
Oh, that
No,
was Tat.
Alex doesn't have Hunter on here as a wide receiver
No.
on the skittle board.
I don't
Because we just never really have talked. We never
He's
never
a corner-
because he's coming in as a cornerback. So I
think
don't
he's
have
a cornerback.
on his pro day that he just did for
and also we were never going to draft.
we're never. But for Colorado, he didn't do any type of cornerback. He didn't backpedal at all. He just did receiving catchings at Colorado's like.
So does that mean he
showcase.
wants to come in and
Pro
be
day.
Yeah.
wide
Well,
rece- he wants
they
to
called it a
come in?
showcase day. They didn't really call it. It was weird. They didn't call it like a pro day. It was like a showcase. He could make more money as a wide receiver. Like, look at how much money wide receivers are making, and he could come in as a wide receiver. He also did it with no gloves. He did all of his catches with no gloves, which people were making a big deal about.
That's hot.
Yeah.
He goes.
He was barebacking.
He was barebacking,
because he's got to save his gloves for his beat offs. You know?
saving those gloves
Oh,
as a beat ski.
I wonder if Travis was there watching.
Travis,
Travis.
the next hunter up.
I hope Travis and Travis are both in the NFL at the same time.
They will be. They have to be.
So, I got one other thing here. Well, two other things I want to talk about. This next one is interesting. It's just an interesting thought process for us to go through. This is from SI.com. Cowboys propose a trade package which would land them promising young running back. Now, the trade package that they're talking about is trading to the Jets for Breece Hall. He's a 3-year vet. And we would have to give up the 3rd round
if
and
you got him.
6th round pick. Crack him if you got him. So, is that something?
Is that something you'd be interested in?
Is that something you're interested in? Trading for a guy like a Breece Hall or someone else who's kind of equivalent, younger dude, has had some explosive plays, and we'd have to give up our 3rd round and 6th round pick for it. You want to draft a?
I want to draft.
Yeah.
The only reason I want to draft is because he's already through his contract.
Yeah.
He's already you're gonna have to pay him. You pay him or get rid of him. So I think you're basically trading your 3rd and 6th to have him for 2 years. I don't think the Cowboys are at that stage where it's like trade for a guy on rent to get you to a Super Bowl. This would have been fine, like say last year or the year before when he was
You had another year on his
another year.
contract.
So I'd rather draft a guy in the 3rd even. There's going to be some good guy. You could maybe get Cam
That's the-
Scatabo in the 3rd, or maybe even say Travian Henderson falls, which I don't think he will. But there's a couple other good dudes that are going to be around in the 3rd round, and you're going to have them for 4 years. Where Breece Hall, you're going to have to make a decision if you want to keep him for his 5th-year option next season.
Yeah, and it's true. I think the question comes down to: would you rather have your 3rd round pick, or would you rather have Breece Hall on trading?
3rd round pick.
Okay. Interesting. If the Cowboys didn't go ahead and start making moves to acquire a couple running backs in free agency, and this was up on the table, and we were drafting a running back plus him for 2 years, maybe a little bit different story. You bring Breece Hall, you get a top. Yeah, you know what? I still like the 3rd round.
It's too much capital.
Yeah.
Now you're giving up a 3rd round pick and drafting. drafting a running back. It wouldn't make
you're
any
right.
sense.
As
If
I
you're
was
bringing
as
over
I was saying that, I talked myself out of it.
That's the best way to do it.
I recount my statement.
Yeah.
did
so
it.
You can't
Is-
hold me to it.
Ad wants him.
Is there any?
He half said it.
Is
I'm a
there
Brees Hall
any?
guy.
Is there any like second or third year running back that comes to mind? I guess you'd kind of come to the same conclusion. Okay.
Bijan.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
trade for Bijan for a 3rd and 6, but they would never.
Yeah.
You would never get that. Get Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah.
But same.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
are
Oh my-
unreal.
yeah.
Those are unrealistic.
Hey,
Like
Jameer Gibbs didn't want to play in Texas, he said.
really.
Well, he said that.
Fuck off back to Detroit then.
Yeah, get
I
back
think
to
he was
Detroit.
just saying it to hit the taglines. Would you be surprised if Rodgers goes to the Steelers and then he does another one of those videos and Brees Hall's in the background? Look who I brought.
All of this to finish 3 and 8 or whatever the fuck it was to go
Yeah.
3 and 8 and oh man. Although when that video did drop, I was like, oh man, they're turning the corner. This is
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be
totally.
nuts.
Everyone thought that.
And then the Jets didn't. Jets
Well-
just didn't do it.
Okay, and now this is the final thing on my docket here. for
One
this.
last thing about
Yeah.
running backs.
Yeah.
I want like a Judkins or a Henderson or a fucking Scattaboo or a fucking I want a guy to get to Dallas as a draft pick and be a running back.
Yeah.
That's
I
where I'll
know.
leave that at.
I want to love him or hate him for the next 4 to 5 years.
Totally. I don't want this fucking ragtag Jets bum that's and Brees Hall's not a bum, he's really good, but I don't want him. I don't want the Jets garbage. I want us to draft someone.
I want us to draft someone in the 1st or the 2nd, and then if we end up drafting and drafting behind someone. If we end up drafting a running back in the 3rd, I want to be upset at first about it, and then I want him to have a fucking monster year, and all the other running backs have a bad year. And
Why
then
would
we're
you
like,
be upset about it?
I'm just because we didn't. Maybe it's a
We didn't get Judkins. We didn't get
But
Henderson.
if we don't get a 1st or 2nd running back, I hope we're gonna all be screaming at them to take whoever's left.
Yeah.
like Giddens, Harvey, like those guys. I wouldn't
RG
be.
Harvey gets
I-
drafted in 3rd, you're gonna be upset?
Bashal Tootin is probably the only one that I wouldn't be
Really?
100. I wouldn't be 100. Like
in the 3rd?
if
Yeah,
they-
it might be rich.
so just wouldn't be stoked about it. RJ Harvey, I'd be actually happy with. DJ Giddens, out
You
of
don't
all
think
them.
we'd have fun with Tootin's name?
Oh, Rootin' Tootin, yeah,
Rootin'
of course.
Tootin'?
But like he fumbles the ball a little bit too much. I think he has interesting stuff because of his speed. But I get him in the 4th, which we don't have.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
be stoked about him in the 4th.
Fair.
I know.
Stoked about him in the 5th.
Every time we have these conversations, that 4th round pick comes up as like
But
good.
We don't have a 4th round pick yet.
No,
Oh, hey.
that's
You like what I'm saying here?
Uh-oh.
You like what I'm saying there?
because that 4th round has got value. It's in a nice gray zone of how much a team values that 4th round pick. So you can sometimes boost it up a little,
Mhm.
but also you can find a nice person who's dropped out of that 3rd round tier, but should be a 3rd round tier, and pick them up, especially at 12.
The reason I hated the 4th round pick trade is the Cowboys have been very successful in the last 20 years picking 4th round guys. Ferguson, Tony Pollard.
Yep,
They're Anthony Hitchens back a while ago.
dudes who are playing.
Yeah, dudes that are playing. I want to say Osa might have even been a 4th round. He might have been a 3rd. Tyler Badass was a 4th pick. Like there was picks that they had like were consistently starters. So are you pulling it up? 4th round picks.
I
for you
have
guys?
it.
Looking it up.
Let's
And,
see
and
it.
guess
yeah.
what? We've looked at this.
Yeah, we've
before.
We
looked at
have
it
for
before.
sure. We have for sure.
Because we talk about it and then
oh,
we get
yeah,
so
we
mad
did.
about it and then we bring it up.
So start off like they haven't been great. They haven't been great the last 4 years. But look at that: Biotish, Pollard, Armstrong, Schultz, Switzer kind of faded out.
Hey, look,
Pollard.
But look at that! Look at that 4 guys they went on.
Prescott's on here too.
Yeah, Prescott would be on there also.
You know what? I wouldn't even hate on Ball. Like we don't see him a lot, but he's stayed on the team.
So go down just a little bit more. Okay, so start
That's-
at Dak. Have Dak as the bottom guy. So you have Jake Ferguson. So out of the 12 picks, you have Dak Prescott, Schultz, Armstrong, Pollard, Biotish, and Ferguson. That's 6. That's 50% you're batting.
That's pretty damn good.
Why would you want to get rid of that? You batted very well on 50%.
But a lot of these guys outside of Cox and Ball, not to include them in the list that you did, but they're guys who have stayed on the team, played backup roles for a 4th round pick. At least you're not having to look to fill that role. Maybe you want to, but
The only real strikeout they've had with their force in the last bit was Fiocco.
what about Tapper?
Yeah, Tapper didn't play too well either.
Jenkins laughing. He goes, "Ball is still a Cowboy." LOL.
Yeah, but
He-
still,
he is,
He is, but he just kind of.
He's not.
is.
He's never played, but I'm saying he's been good enough that he's remained on the team.
Yeah.
In
Been
that,
a depth guy.
he's been a depth dude.
Who else? Who? Then Timothy Ball in the chat says, "Yes, I am." Ha, ha, ha.
Actually, can you go down a bit
Yeah,
more? I
scroll
just want
down
to
a
see
little
what
bit.
they.
Let's just
Anthony
fuck with us.
Hitchens was good. Damian Wilson was all right.
Ugh.
Victor Butler did all right. Tashard Choice was good. Isaiah Standback, I mean, was okay. Doug Free was great, for a 4th-round pick.
So they actually hit between 40 and 50% on 4th round.
Why would you want to get rid of that? You're flipping a coin to have a starting caliber player.
Yet.
Yet.
The
The finger wiggle.
Yeah.
Wiggle,
So-
wiggle, 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 wiggle.
last thing I want to talk about with y'all, and then I can throw it to you guys if you have anything else you want to say, is we have
This
the
is
Micah.
this is like your joke every 1 year old because this is the last thing on the docket. You keep bringing it up. I love it.
Well, this actually is.
Okay.
Well,
Debatable.
Hey,
we'll
dude,
see.
bring someone else up, sweets. We're fine. It's our show. We can do whatever the fuck we want. I'm
Uh,
young. I'm dangerous.
dangerous. What was
It is funny when a soundbite comes up from Righteous Gemstones. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
hey, that-
fun. I grew up with brothers. I'm rough.
She's one of the best.
She's the best.
she's hilarious. I thought that soundbite was from Ozarks.
Oh, really?
I didn't know it was Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, dude. Wait
I
till.
just saw that. I just saw that soundbite. It was fucking hilarious.
Dudes, I have a whole crop
Caught me
of
off
sound.
guard.
I have a whole crop of sound bites that I'm gonna load up here soon for the draft. That you just wait till your fucking dicks get hit.
We'll have to do the reveal. Remember?
I love Ad when he gets new sound bites. He just wants to. He no context, just show.
Yeah, for sure. There's someone here there's someone here that I'm like, I never play this one because I fucking have too many.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Anyways, what were you gonna bring up here, Wade?
But sometimes you play them in the right moment, and that's where
Absolutely.
they're impactful.
Yep.
So last thing is that I want to bounce off y'all and chat here.
Bounce
Chat,
off
just
those
give
dicks,
a
eh?
shout out to all y'all.
Chat, we love you.
Chat,
but-
we love you.
Don't
But-
forget to leave a like on this fucking thing. Like, let's get a couple likes.
Let's
on
get a
this.
couple likes, and also
Why the hell not?
if you haven't subbed, you
ahead
should
and do it.
sub because we are 95 subs away from our 20K jerk off sesh.
What happened to our counter?
I had the counter up for all the game streams, and then
And then it's-
then I didn't have them up, so I will put them on.
Well, we're getting close
I
now.
know.
We're getting close now. We're down to the final.
If a video pops
95.
off,
We're there.
We're there.
We're there.
Yeah, I'll put it up for
Excuse
Sunday
me.
service. We'll have it.
I like it. Okay, AJ, what do you got? Sorry.
No, this is I like it. But Micah Parsons is our next kind of big thing that we need to deal with. You know, we're hoping that that gets dealt with this year. It damn well should be. But after Micah Parsons, that's what I want to talk about
Oh,
right
fuck.
now. I just want to read off to you some free agents for 2026 and 2027. I have 2026 up here so I can scroll and show you. But these are the big names. 2026 is Sam Williams, Tolbert, Hoffman, Ferguson, Bland, and I'll even throw Damone Clark in there. He's been on the team. We've been weak at linebacker. That's 2026. And 2027 is Tyler Smith, Hooker, Mozzie Smith, Brian Anger again, should be an easy one. Demarvion Overshown, and then two other guys who are questionables are Jonathan Mingo and Luke Schoonmaker. So you got a lot of guys here who
Did you say Bland?
Bland is 2026.
2026? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So,
with
yeah.
Tyler Smith and Deron Bland.
Let me just read the 2026 ones because that's really matters. But
Yeah, I'm so out of this right now. I got to look at your cheat sheet here.
yeah, Tyler Smith, Sam Williams, Jalen Tolbert, Brock Hoffman, Jake Ferguson, Deron Bland,
Oof.
and Damone Clark.
That's some big names.
I mean,
Obviously, the biggest one is Tyler Smith.
Yeah.
Now he has the
He's
team
getting
option.
it. He's going to get this 5th year.
He should. He will get the 5th year. I'd love for them to pull an Eagles, and I'd never say that, and just sign him to a 5-year deal in 2026. So it's like, look, we get your 5 years, or we can just take the option and then sign you for 4 years if that's what you're looking for. You know what I mean? Like play that type of card where it's like you're gonna get your money, but we're gonna be able to kick some shit around.
Yeah,
a
we
little
can
bit
we
more.
can shake and bake a little.
Yeah. So I'd love them to do that, but also just there's Sam Williams, Jalen Tolbert, Brock Hoff. I mean, for my money, Williams and Tolbert really rely on what they're going to do this year.
Yep.
Sam Williams showed some awesome in his 30% snaps that he was getting roughly. He showed some awesome abilities. And if he was playing 80% or 75% of the snaps, he'd probably have a Pro Bowl season in terms of this, if he was able to keep that same rate of sacks and pressures and.
But
he
the
was
must
playing well.
guys, the must guys though that you
Yeah,
named,
the must
Tyler
guys.
Smith, Deron Bland.
I think so.
Those are the guys that are really
in 2026.
in 2026.
But then you're planning probably for Overshown, barring any sort of
freak accident.
freak
again.
accident again in 2027. So we've got, after Micah, Tyler Smith, Bland, and Overshown in the next 2 years that also need big contracts.
It never stops.
But I also
That's a good thing to have though. You want to have these
Absolutely.
issues. Like
It's
if
great.
If you want a guy to have a second contract, that's a good thing.
because we know what Dallas does in free agency.
Nothing. Fucking diddly squat.
We're not picking anyone.
Bargain bin, baby.
Well, they
Still bargain bin.
they bargain bin shop this year, but at least we came away with a plethora of stuff.
Well,
It's
we'll
a
see
bit
if
of-
it works though. Like it's still out there. It's better than what they did in 2024. Doesn't mean it's good.
It's
Yeah,
bad.
exactly.
Yet
So
has
2020,
a chance to be good.
2024 was the free agent move to make like a big splash with big players. There wasn't that many big players. Like the free agent class this year was a little bit weaker. So it is whatever. It'd be interesting, and not to do it right now, but who are all the free agents that are going to be hitting the market next offseason? Double R with salute Cowboys, can fan, and go Cowboys Nation, go Cowboys, $2
Oh,
super
fuck
chat.
yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Heck
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
Double R.
He's
We
always in
appreciate
there
you. And Double
slanging
R,
and banging.
I got you in my thoughts and prayers because I wished death upon you a couple episodes ago. And
That was Rolando Rodriguez.
Oh,
yeah. I always have
Double R. I would never wish death upon you.
We have two. Rolando Rodriguez, which is double R as well, but double R, the actual name double R, is different.
Right. Okay. Well, hey, I got confused.
But they're very similar with
They are.
how
Caps.
And I also don't differentiate it with you guys.
they. No,
I always will say double R, Rolando Rodriguez, and then for double R, I just say double R. So
Fair.
But I do like that. I do like not knowing.
yeah, it's spicy. Well, we
part of
appreciate
the
the
fun.
super. We do appreciate the super chat.
Yeah. So there is also. I just want everyone to remember the salary
safe out
cap
there.
is always going to be going up 7% on average. So maybe 1 year it'll be 5%. The next year it'll be whatever 8%.
Hey, it shake and bakes out to 7%.
It's always going to shake and bake out. So when we look at these contracts and we're like, oh my God, you're paying this guy Dak Prescott, for example, $60 million a year. Sure, it doesn't make sense in this season. But as you start going through, and we saw this with his last contract when we were complaining about, what was it, a 40 million? 40 million. That's fucking only 2 years removed now.
Yeah.
And we're adding about I think it's like $15+ million per season now as you
On
move
board.
through, if you're adding out on 7%. So that's essentially another extra big contract each year that you can add on.
Well, and Ad said like that there wasn't like splashy names, but the Cowboys still could have just said, hey, okay, we got Osa, who was a great signing, got him for a really good price.
Yeah.
But they had enough money to also shore up the cornerback room. Would have it been expensive? Yeah, but they could have.
They could have done it.
And then doing that, like this is the thing, doing that and locking up that player for the next bit, it makes you able to draft other spots. Because now we're talking about drafting a corner. If they would have locked up a starting caliber corner in free agency, now your top 3 picks, corner's not even in there. Corner might not be picked till day 3 in the later rounds, right?
And
So
then it's like,
now they have to take a corner, I'd say in almost the first 3 rounds. First 3 rounds.
yeah, the first 2 days.
First 2 days, you have to. And they only have 3 picks. They don't have that 4th round. So I still would have liked 1 or 2. Like Osa was great, but I would have liked another just starting caliber type player that could have filled a draft need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Bocce Eric, boots on the ground. Greetings from Intuit Dome Arena in Inglewood, California, home of the Clippers. So Boots is on the ground right now as a media personality. He's now got his NBA and MLB credentials. So when the NFL season starts, Boots is probably going to be able to get some NFL credentials as press. So literally,
Hell yeah.
and I forget the name of the station that he's covering for in Mexico, but he's the Spanish correspondent right now.
Is it all Espanol that he's talking?
Yeah,
in?
look,
Okay.
I'm going to show a cute photo that he sent us. because we're on the same group chat.
Yeah, because we can pop that out. Oh shit, boots looking good, fresh as a fucking daisy. I like it. I don't see my. Oh, we can't.
It's two. Oh, there.
There we go.
There we go.
I don't see my bootsy in looking Dapper Dan too often.
yeah,
but
but
I do like that.
Yeah, look at him right here. Look at how fresh he looks. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, take me home, please.
What, is that a fucking crypto billionaire?
Boots the crypto, but you can't see it
Can't
from.
see. But you're
That's weird.
trying. You're kind of like a mother trying to show her the pictures.
Look!
to her
I have
kids.
to like tilt it because of
'Cause
the
he's
light
too
or
bright?
something. Anyways, I'm just saying, Bootsy's out there making waves. Next thing you know, we're gonna have him there getting credentials for NFL. He'll really be damn boots on the ground.
He'll always be boots on the ground. He
But-
doesn't need credentials in my heart.
Yeah.
He's boots on the ground. Always.
Day one, motherfucker. Okay,
Well,
boys.
look, there's nothing else on my docket, but I just want to bring up the. Oh, hang on, ad. Cancel me for a sec.
Whoa,
Thank you.
geez, AJ.
Can't-
I don't.
cancel-
cancel
Well, I guess I just got to go a week back into our DMs, and I'm sure I could find something that we could get
Oh,
you
yeah.
canceled over.
You better tell this sumbitch to walk the fuck out right now, or we done for the day. Go on.
I don't know what happened there. I'll try it again.
I'm sorry. Somebody trying to talk to me
Nerd.
while I'm working?
Well,
There we
that's
Go outside, nerd. Get out.
Just wanted to bring up our Mount Rushmore. If anyone wanted to add
I'll
anything
go back to the first
it.
page first.
Oh,
Now that
sorry.
we're here.
There
There
we
it is.
Mount Rushmore
Can
board.
fan.
I mean, I like it because well, there's Adam, there's me, and there's
There he is. Look at that stash. I got to get the stash back.
Teddy.
Teddy.
Teddy's pissed the fuck off too.
At Jerry.
Adam's smirking.
Smirking and jerking.
I'm kind of just looking at someone.
You look like you're blowing vape out your nose.
Yeah, I am blowing vape up my nose. Ant's pissed looking at Jerry, and Jerry knows he's not looking anywhere near you.
I keep telling myself that I'm going to do some studying on who I want to pick to fill up my board, and then I keep forgetting.
I know, and I didn't have on today because we were already running late. I didn't put a mock draft on today, so
We don't have to mock today.
no, I don't think we do. I just want to look at this.
Look at the.
Anyone that comes to mind, like
I rushed home so that we could mock.
Yeah, but I gotta get rolling
okay.
here. That's the only thing.
okay,
I got. Hey, come on. I mean, hey, we could do a mock. It's just got to be a fast mock.
Let's do a speed mock.
It's got to be speed mock,
Okay,
and I
we'll do
know
a speed
anything
mock.
we do isn't speed ever.
I
So,
thought I put Membu on my D1.
I thought you did.
Okay,
Yeah, and then you just never actually put it on. You were going to.
Did you?
Yeah.
I did say it. So I thought I did, but it might have not saved because of Adam's.
I thought you did. I remember you filling it out.
Okay.
So all our day ones are done. Golden, Johnson,
Yep.
Tet McMillan, Membu, Hampton, and Walker. I
And I
really
think
got to
that's
start.
good.
I really got to start thinking here for D2. I got Henderson, nice, and Collins. Those are some studs right there for day 2.
Well, I'm gonna have to. I got 6 more left. I got to do. We all have 5 or 6.
I
You
have
guys have.
5.
You guys have 5.
Actually,
I have 6.
I have 6 because I gotta get Gabriel has to get the fuck out.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Name
That's
picking
gonna,
Gaby.
that's gonna be your one switch out.
Jenkins says, "Did Ant study up on EJ Smith? I say he is an undrafted Cowboy. Remember you told EJ Smith
I have to check.
you gotta look into him. He didn't. He did not. He did not.
check him out though. EJ Smith. I
I
will
might as
check
well
him
get
out.
a crack him for the mock draft.
I'm just trying to think off the top of my head who I'd want in the second round.
Okay. Well, how about on Sunday? We each have to come with 2.
Okay, that's good.
2 player. Actually, you're gonna need to think of at least 3 or 4 because
It could happen.
someone could
yours.
steal your guy, and then you
I
gotta.
know.
Okay, so come with 4 guys in mind
I got a day 2.
right now.
Yeah, Jalen Knoll,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna go round 3.
Okay. And he's a wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, shit. I can't do it. But what about Burke? Remember the guy we drafted with Paul? Or
No,
who Paul wanted?
he has Millum.
He picked Millam, but there was another guy that Paul
No,
was
it was
talking
day.
about.
It was a day 2 or 3 pick. Because Cowboys are never. It's Beck.
Beck. Bech. Betch. Beach. Betch. Beck.
Jack Beck.
Yeah, Jack Betch.
That's who you're taking, AJ?
No, I'm saying, I'm just saying for Adam, he can take this guy.
No, I'm not taking Betch.
Look, he's got fucking weird wrestler ears. Probably a fighter.
He could be a fighter.
Okay,
I have a couple guys that I'm going to. I have some guys in mind that I'm going to take. I just want to go through and research my next 5.
Sorry, getting it here. Okay, we're gonna do a speed. We're gonna do a speed mock draft. This is like free flow, no thinking. I'm giving us 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah,
I like
it.
that.
I do like the 2 minutes.
Because if we see a guy we want, we're booshing him.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. I like speed drafting. We never speed draft. We don't
speed draft. We think too much.
We think too much.
Should we say speed draft, no draft buzz? Or no, we can still draft buzz it. We just got to go quick.
Well,
no draft buzz.
I mean, you got 2 minutes.
We got 2 minutes.
Got 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes. You can do whatever you want. 2 minutes.
Okay.
You can
Let me just
get the draft buzz up. Why not get it up there?
I will clock watch for AJ.
Okay, you clock watch.
You're
and
gonna
co-
bird watch. Oh, I
and
heard
cock
something
watch.
else. Yeah, bird watching over there.
So here we go. A 2 minute per round speed mock draft for the Dallas Cowboys. 7 rounds. I'm just gonna go turbo, no trades.
No trades, and fuck even with slow rolling. We don't
No.
need to see. We're diving in head first. Cowboys weren't even paying attention to the first 11 picks. They're diving in head first. Crack. Let me get mine too. Crack 'em if you got them.
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
Let's get this cherry
son.
bubbly. Let's go. Crack 'em if you got them.
And let's just see what happens when we're like just making our,
And here it goes. And we're there. Woo!
and we're there. Will Campbell
Tackle.
tackled Malik.
I think
Mike Green, I've heard a lot about this guy. Would be fun, but
I think Will Campbell has to be taken
Start the
here.
clock. Start the clock.
Will Campbell,
Will
yeah.
Campbell has to be taken here, just by BPA strictly alone.
6'6", 323. Campbell is an offensive lineman. Is an offensive lineman's offensive lineman. He approaches the position with excellence, respect for what it takes to be great in the trenches, fundamentals, IQ, and competitive toughness. His length and flexibility limitations might push him inside in the NFL, but that's a starting caliber player. I like it.
At all 5 spots, it said, okay, hey, Will Campbell,
If
welcome to the team.
he's is ADP 7.3 is ranked 6. We're picking at 12. If a player like that falls to you at 12, I think you got to throw everything else out. And all the guys that we just talked about, that list of 5,
They're not
Gone.
here.
nobody's there.
No
So,
one's here.
Nobody's there. So I think you got to take the BPA guy. We never said that if all 5 players were gone.
This is it.
I think if all 5 players are gone, you got to take the guy that fell out of the top 10. And Will Campbell's that dude.
Yep. And I'd be happy with it.
Well, just before you pick it, who were the 5 guys? It was Ashton Genty, Tet McMillan,
Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren, Jade Barron,
And Mabuka.
and Membu.
Mabuka, sorry.
Well, Carter's, yeah. So outside of Genty, the rest of the dudes all went together here. Membu, Warren, McMillan, and Jahid Barron
Okay,
from
well-
6 to 9.
I think we take Will Campbell. We go BPA here.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the team.
And this is the first time we've ever taken him.
I'm going to
Okay,
restart
restart the
in the
clock,
2
go.
minutes, and here we go. So we've got a tackle. Now we got to really start thinking, guys. What are we looking
Bring
for?
up running back. Bring up running back. Bring up running back.
Which tackle is such a weird spot for us because I don't think any of us really wants to take a tackle at 12. But if someone like that falls to you, you kind of have to. So Judkins is gone.
Judkins is gone.
I don't mind.
Higgins is gone.
Higgins is gone. There's our Higgins
That
has
was our
always
fucking
been
backup plan.
He's always been our backup plan. Jack Beck is gone too as wide receiver. Tyler Booker's gone. Judkins has to be. Where'd Judkins go?
Judkins is gone too.
Where'd old Juddies go? We got to see where Judkins went. No,
Oh,
Judkins
he's still there. He's still
Oh,
there.
64. Okay.
So he's now lower than Travion Henderson.
And Trave's still there. Do we go
Oh,
Trave?
I think we go. I think we'd pick trade A.
You guys don't want Cam Scattaboo?
I mean, I was considering. I mean, Jenkins Gaming is all about picking Dylan Sampson, but in the second, Dylan Sampson's a little bit of a stretch.
Is
Caleb
it?
Johnson, we haven't picked
Is
from
he's
Iowa.
rated? Dylan Sampson's ahead of both Travion Henderson and.
Yep.
So is it a stretch?
In the second.
Well, he's ahead of
ahead of
Travion
him.
Henderson and Quinshon Judkins is what I'm saying.
Well, this is just what this. Like I said, we never really looked at Sampson.
Okay.
He had a great last year.
Decision-making process initiated with 40 seconds left. I like it. 5. It's going to come down to this. 4, 40, 124 broad. He's tough. He's
He's
strong.
only 20. He's
What?
young,
20. Let's do it.
We got 30 seconds.
200 pounds. Fuck it. Bring him on. This one's for Jenkins Gaming because he has been preaching Dylan Sampson.
Jenkins Gaming, we got you, buddy.
Welcome
Sampson,
to
welcome to-
the team.
Welcome to the team.
Samson
Dylan
Samson has been jumping up PFF's
Yeah.
board because he was not ahead of Judkins. And I don't know if I agree with it. I think I'd still prefer Judkins or
Me
Henderson
too.
over him.
But
But,
we've
we've drafted them.
jerked those guys off.
Jenkins is saying Samson actually runs a 4.2.
Who's this Kyle Williams?
Wide receiver.
6
We
foot,
looked.
186. Oh, sorry. Let me reset
I
that.
fucking scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, well.
Holy fuck, I
good.
pissed my pants.
Be scared. 14 touchdowns, almost 1,200 yards, and 70 receptions.
Washington State Cougars.
I know. Okay, fuck him.
Okay,
Yeah,
what,
get rid of the
what about no?
Cougars.
Let's look at right there, Jalen Noel. We've
Jalen
looked
Noel.
at, we've looked
Sure,
at him before.
and-
I think he's a good pick.
I just picked him. I just put him on my
I know, that's
Rushmore.
what I'm
You
saying.
dirty little girl.
5'11",
5'11",
200.
It looks, it's like looking in a mirror with the height.
8 tugs. He's a bit lighter than what they got on PFF.
Ooh, you know what?
Yeah, but that 194, 205, that's easy to get to.
8th
is-
position
What's
rank.
this? What Jenkins is saying is Noel a slot? What's
Yes.
his? Yeah, he is.
But it's the third. It's
the third
It's
guy.
the third round.
Can we teach him? Can we teach him?
We missed our chance to get just a wideout. Like
Okay.
we're not getting a just strictly outside guy right now in the third. You look at any of these go to wide receiver real quick, or is that where you're in? The only one that's really a real outside guy is Savion Williams, and
We're not going to
we're
get
not
him.
taking him right now.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's see other positions. How much time do we have?
49
50
seconds.
seconds, yeah.
We took a running back, Mason Taylor. We're not taking a tight end. Who do you? I mean, there's Ozzy. We already took a tackle. What
Chris
about
Paul
Chris Paul
would be
Jr.?
the only other guy.
Chris Paul Jr. Linebacker.
I don't know though. If we don't get this wide
Okay, Jalen Noel.
receiver,
Jalen
Jalen
Noel.
Noel.
You're right. I'm sold.
let's get fucking Juggalo later.
Now we don't pick for a long time.
Now we're off the board. Okay, here we go.
You are-
Jalen Noel, welcome
Welcome
to the team.
Rushmore.
For 73 picks, we don't pick.
And that's our team so far.
All offense.
All guys we don't really talk about at all. So
Stop it.
I like
13
that.
seconds. Stop.
Okay, restart and 2 minutes on the clock.
Okay, Dylan Gabriel.
We gotta go
What,
defense.
You just want those points.
I want those fucking points.
Just give me defense strictly. Give me linebacker, cornerback, and defensive line. You can just give me all the defense.
Ooh, Kobe King. We don't ever we
Oops.
don't
Give me
get
a
that
sec.
fucking guard out of there. Safety, cornerback.
I wish I could.
You
oh,
can
right,
drag.
there we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can drag select. Upton Stout, Huzzy at 160. So we're gonna have to reach here a little bit, guys. But I think we're gonna have to just reach here.
Simon Barrow was on our list. He competed. I don't think he was anything special. Kobe King.
Give me a Huzzy pick here, real quick.
Huzzy?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
mind it. He played. I think we're gonna have to go with Huzzy.
Corner.
Played a lot of snaps.
5'10", 195. Don't love the size, but final decision.
Give me a quick measurables.
Oops.
Just type Huzzy. Oh God, how much
I
time do
know.
we have?
52
50
seconds.
seconds.
We're good.
We're
We got
okay.
Tons of time, kid.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Give
Looks
me
like
a speed though, 4.55.
oh gosh.
Yeah, you're not getting any faster though. You have to take a cornerback.
Got to take a cornerback.
It's more important. We know we have linebackers we like later in the draft.
Add quick.
Exceptional route recognition skills honed through 3,600 plus college snaps. Consistently beats receivers to their spots and jumps underneath routes with veteran savvy. Below average size at 5'10", 195 pounds. Can lead to issues when larger receivers box him out at the catch point. Sounds like not too bad of a fucking guy.
Yeah, it's a problem, but
It's
look,
a 5th round pick. We need depth.
Let's do it.
You got to take a cornerback.
Okay. Elijah Huzzy.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome
Boost.
to the team. And stop that with 9 seconds left.
before it clicks.
Yeah.
Before it's
All right. So here we go. I think we look at linebacker Cody Simon
Right
right there, guys.
Cody
Linebacker's a spot we need where we just took Elijah Huzzy, cornerback. So now we're trying to get some nice depth pieces. Doesn't look like there's any defensive interior. People are always yelling at us in chat to take defensive interior. But I think if you get out of defensive interior in the first 2 rounds, if you don't get one of those guys, I mean, Tonka's sitting there. We might be able to get him at 204. I would like to take linebacker and then go defensive interior.
I
That's
agree.
kind of my plan.
I like what Cody Simon has to offer, and he will be great as a special teams guy, and he might even be good as a actual player.
And we have to take at least one Ohio State guy each draft. So
Yeah,
there he is.
Oh, fucking Buckeyes.
Okay,
Welcome
Cody.
to the team, Cody
Welcome to
Simon.
the team, Cody Simon. Look, we didn't even have to start the clock. We were going. AJ's ready to
I restarted.
This is a speed draft, boys. This is the fastest we've ever moved.
So Ty Robinson, haven't looked at him. He had a massive jump up though.
6'6", 310, defensive interior.
Got some size.
Played
played good against
all
Ohio
along
State.
Okay, Purdue also played very nicely. Who else? Big school. I mean, SC. Yeah, whatever. Colorado Buffaloes. He played all right against. I mean, he looks okay.
He looks okay.
He's a B. He played better in the B gap too.
We don't know.
Seems like a B gap guy.
We don't know much about him.
Well,
Okay.
the big thing that we care about is what he looks like.
Holy shit! I
yeah.
was not expecting that.
Me
No.
neither.
Ty Robinson, you look like you should be on the offensive line.
He really does.
Decent measurables. Like,
Fast, man.
28 for the bench.
so he's got quick feet, and that broad is going to show you how strong his legs are.
And
Little T-Rex arms a little bit.
what do they have him? What do they have him on size on here?
His height,
Just size, yeah. height
6'5",
and-
288.
So he's light.
Little light.
He's light, but you could beef him up another 20 pounds.
feed him some cheese.
He's got the
burgers.
frame. He's 6'5". You get him framed up.
I say we take
I
him.
say we just take him.
We need someone to kind of rival. Look, if he can beat Mozzie Smith, we win.
True.
Come on, Ty Robinson. Don't
Welcome to the
disappoint
team.
us.
Ty Robinson's on the, and we
We're
reset
back on
the
the
clock,
clock.
and
We
we're
got
back on the clock.
And we got 4 picks here.
So there's something going on with Draft Buzz with PFF right now with these wide receivers that keep falling quite a bit. They must be injured or something. So those top 3 receivers, they're falling way bigger than their rank. So I don't think we have to look at any of them. I don't think that's
They're going to be there.
I don't think
Also-
that's their real ranking.
I just want to say I also had I only flipped it so it's heavily towards the people's.
No, but this happens to me. I've been
Okay,
doing
okay.
it. And these 3 wide receivers, I'm like, why are they falling so much? That like they'll probably be there on the next pick too. So
Okay.
I just think we just ignore those dudes.
There's
Yep.
Jay Higgins, 217. We could probably grab him on our next pick. We don't really see anybody else that's...
I would not hate getting Brady Cook in the mix.
I can grab him.
I ain't gonna argue. Fuck
He's-
it.
he's
Let him
just-
come in and battle against Milton.
He's just a physical. He's just
Yeah, let
got
him be-
really good athletic stats. We've got Milton, who has like the size and the arm, and then we got Brady Cook, who's just
Get
an
rid of Will
athlete.
Greer. He can
Get
get
rid
rid
of
of Will
fucking
Greer.
Get rid of Will Greer. Let's bring in Brady Cook. Welcome to the
Welcome to
team.
the
Brady
team.
Cook, welcome to the team. Oh my God, you guys are wasting draft picks on a cube.
Shut
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Back to your crib. Okay, and we
Look
got
at
three
these
7
7-round
They're
picks.
still there, man.
Just,
Again, we're
there's something,
skipping 'em.
there's something going on with those dudes. So
Dean Clark, there he is.
well, where's that safety from Clemson? Where's he at? He's way
Fuck,
down.
what's his
Oh,
name?
he might have went up. He might have been jumping
He might
up
have
more.
Do you
shot up
remember
a
his
bit.
name?
Metke, I want to say. Melcher.
Oh my
Here, I'm
God.
gonna Google it. You guys keep looking at people.
That's okay. AJ hasn't
Mello
been
Dotson?
No, not Mello
Oh,
Dotson. He
A-
plays
A-
for Clemson.
AJ hasn't been running the clock anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Safety at Clemson. I'm trying. It's Clemson safety. Oh man, that's not what football.
Okay, so outside of the is that the guy right there, RJ, or is that the halfback? Right there,
RJ
Mickens.
Yeah. Where's he at?
240.
Okay, so I think we need to get him at some point.
So we can get him the next one.
Let's go for. Well, we either go now. Hey, if there's no one else in front of him that we like, then we should go for him.
Well,
There's some guys.
Look,
Yeah.
there's Dean Clark, Theo Weiss.
We never take Dean Clark. Bring him on the fucking team. We never. We always just look right past
We
old
always
Dino.
look at the Bulldog.
Yeah, and he's got a nice mix. He can play anything. Let's do it.
We never bring on old
Safety,
Dean.
Dean Clark. We
Welcome
like.
to the
Yeah,
team.
welcome
Welcome
to
to
the
the team. We might be
team.
double downing on safeties here, guys.
Only a minute 30, guys.
If our guy's there, we got to take him.
He's gone.
Here he is.
There he
yeah,
is.
bring
He's
him on.
I
back.
don't mind. I don't
Double
mind.
down- double down
Dono
on
Dub.
save.
I think Dono Dub is coming up on free agency too, or Hooker. Sorry.
So bring him on. RJ Mickens, welcome to the team.
And last but not least,
Never least on us. We love these picks.
I think we go for a name. There's Woody Jackson.
Just a fun name.
Smail Mundon.
What's this
Or
guard
who-
here?
or position.
What's this guard here? Clay Webb.
Yeah, or Josh Gray or Clay Webb guard wouldn't be a bad depth spot here. So let's just take the biggest, whoever's the best out of these two guys.
Biggest boy.
Okay.
Looks like he's a soccer dad. I don't mind it.
6'5", 300. Excellent metrics.
Ooh, very nice metrics.
Excellent metrics. Okay, and
I
the
mean,
next
bench like a little bitch.
You can only bench
he ain't
18.
strong. If Clay Webb's stronger, we take him.
Whoa,
Yeah,
Clay
if
Webb
Clay
has some blues on here.
If Clay Webb puts up more than 18, this is we're looking for strength here. Okay.
Oh, he fucking looks.
Oh, we didn't even do it.
Well, look, because he's a speed guy.
Didn't even do
6'3",
it.
312.
Didn't even bench.
We got to make the decision.
Well, we said whoever had the biggest
Okay,
bench.
go back
and
to your-
that's Joshua Gray.
Right. So Joshua Gray, welcome to the team.
And our last pick in our fastest draft to date. We weren't going to do a draft. We still did it.
It was
we
a
hammered
speed
it.
draft.
It was a speed draft.
Yeah, I just figured, like, come on, guys.
No,
We had to do it.
I totally agree, and I like it. So we lucked out with that Will Campbell pick, A+. Dylan Sampson in our round 2 was a C-. Jalen Noel round 3 was an A-. No trades. So
So we for our top 3 went tackle, halfback, wide receiver. We
not
really
none of these were sexy picks.
really targeted the offensive side of the ball with our first 3 picks.
And then in round 5, we went both Elijah Huzzy, a cornerback, he's a C. Cody Simon, linebacker, a B-. Round 6, we went Ty Robinson, C+, and Brady Cook, A-.
Okay.
And then round 7, we had 3 picks. Whoa, what the heck?
Whoa.
Dean Clark, 2 safeties in a row. Dean Clark, RJ Mickens, a B- and C+ respectively. And then finally, Joshua Gray, B+ guard from Oregon State. That gives us a B+ overall.
Don't hate it for a speed draft. And I mean,
I wouldn't. Here's the thing: I wouldn't love the names, but I like the positions.
Yeah.
Can I say
I mean,
that?
yeah. I mean, but ultimately, Jalen Noel, I wouldn't be mad.
I don't think we could be. I also
No.
kind of Mason Graham and Will Campbell are in the same situation for me. If either of those guys somehow fell to 12,
You have to.
you have to take him. Like Will Campbell, he's an A+. You have to take him.
Yeah.
There's a chance he goes in the top 5.
Well, this might be the whole Tyler Smith thing,
Exactly.
where it's like, who the fuck is this guy? And then you're like, yeah, I want this guy.
So Will Campbell's a knock it out of the park pick. So don't hate it, don't love it, but it was we had to do it.
It was fun.
We had to do it, and it was a speed draft. Had us kind of shaking and moving, fellas. We will be back as per usual
Sunday.
for the Sunday service. If you want to see more of us before then, I mean, we're on every social, Sky.
All the
So-
socials.
Yeah, guy, we're on every social with at Cowboys Can Fun.
At Cowboys Can Fan. You
Hey,
find
are
us
you
everywhere.
are you South Park Canadian?
Well, because he
I
said
said
guy.
guy.
Oh, he said
Hey,
guy.
guy.
So I went into Terrence. I can't believe we don't have any Terrence and Phillip
How
sound
do you-
bites.
or any any of the Canadian.
Don't
ones.
call
have
me
to-
buddy,
Hey,
buddy.
well, especially me
Don't
and
call
you,
me
Ad.
guy.
You beady little eyes is
You
what
buddy,
she calls.
beady little eyes.
Hey, ma'am, you are racist. You are racist,
Hey, you're
ma'am.
racist,
She calls
racist.
Canadians beady little eyes. Yeah,
Oh.
that's a soundbite you need.
Yeah.
But if you don't like Canadians and you think we have beady little eyes, how about you go ahead and you go fuck yourself? Draft 2.5 weeks away from the NFL draft.
Here we go.
Not even 2 weeks away.
Slim Reaper.
2 weeks.